Let's continue our exploration of this construct called worry. I'd like to invite you to pause for a moment and perhaps even close your eyes and check in with your mind and body. Taking a gentle breath in and a long, slow, easy release. Now invite your mind and your body to share with you what worry feels like. Notice if your worry has a special home in your body. Does it have a shape, a weight, a color, or an energy? When you turn your attention to the idea of worry, where does that live? Now, as you notice that worry in your mind or your body, and I say mind because sometimes worry can be a very intellectual thing. I'd like to invite you to imagine that we're taking that overarching idea of worry and parsing it into four categories. One category is worry that belongs to the past. These are things that have already happened, and because we don't have time travel, we can't change. The next category is worry that belongs to the future. Anticipatory worry, things that have not yet happened, but things that you can still proactively participate in creating the outcome with which you want to have. The third category are the things that are outside your realm of impact. There's a lot of that going on right now, like we've been talking about. Then that fourth category, and this is the most important one, are the things that you're worrying about in the here and now. Now, what's so interesting about this fourth category is that this is the category that frequently gets shoved to the back burner and gets very little attention, even though this is the category that we have the most power to change. Now, go back to that first category, the things that happened in the past, and I'd like to invite you to set that category aside. Invite your worry part to set it aside because you can't change the past. Say, thank you for letting me know you're concerned about this. And we're just going to imagine we're setting it aside because we can't change it. We're just letting it go. Imagine releasing that. And then the things that you're worried about for the future, take a moment and write down what those things are, because those things you can proactively take steps to create your outcome. You have a lot of agency in those experiences that are coming up in the future. The things that are bigger than us, just like the ones from the past, again, we're just going to set those aside. Invite them to move aside because we can't change the things that are bigger than we are. They're outside our control. And now we're left with just that fourth category. What are things that you're worried about immediately right now? How many items are on that list? If you notice that there's still some pressure coming in from a past experience, perhaps an argument with a spouse, perhaps the way you handled an interaction with a colleague, and then that now it's a right now concern. So write that down and then make a little dash and say action plan. Calling the person, I'm repairing the argument, I'm doing this. And then check in back with your worry part. What else is happening right now? Those right now worries are the primary yellow flags that we talked about in the previous video. And those are the ones we want to take action with. Each of those yellow flags is something that we can take an action with. And if a present worry or a bigger than us worry or a past worry is intruding, check in and say, okay, do you belong in the present? Is there something I can do right now to change you? And if not, invite it again to step aside because there's no reason to continue to worry about it. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about how we can take the past or the things that are bigger than us and develop insight and wisdom from them, how we can utilize those experiences to be part of our internal Phoenix process. How do we strengthen ourselves and grow within from the experiences that our brain just loves to chew on? Because that's another powerful way to find agency. But as it is right now, notice your worry in your mind and your body. Where does it live? That's a big start. If it feels really overwhelming, as always, let's go back to that CPR for the amygdala. Give yourself that nice self-havening touch and do some brain games that will soften the amygdala, letting her know that you're taking steps to help her stay calm so you can move into a state of relationship with your worry. And then look at those 4 categories. And if it's helpful, even write each of those categories down and fill out a list with each of the items. That in of itself is agency, and you're letting your amygdala know you see her. And then, as always, we want to take steps with the things that we can actionably change. So that's the anticipation. How do you build a plan for success there? And the present moment worries. Being in relationship with worry is actually empowering. We only get into trouble when we ignore the data that our mind and our body is giving us. So go learn about your worry. Thank your brain, thank your body for sharing with you, and take actionable steps to empower yourself right here, right now.